In a landmark development for cryptocurrency enthusiasts, Pi Network has officially launched its very first exchange-traded product ETP on the Nasdaq First North Growth Market in Sweden, marking the first publicly tradable Pi investment vehicle in Europe. This historic milestone is more than just a headline. It represents a giant leap forward in bridging the decentralized world of cryptocurrencies with traditional financial markets. For the first time, European investors now have a regulated and transparent way to gain exposure to Pi Network, a project that millions around the globe have been passionately supporting for years. This launch is not only symbolic, it's transformative. It sends a powerful message that Pi is no longer confined to mobile mining apps or early-stage community testing. Instead, it is stepping onto the global financial stage, where it will be evaluated, traded, and recognized alongside other major digital assets. By connecting Pi Network to Europe's established stock market framework, this development opens new doors for credibility, liquidity, and mainstream adoption. But that's not all. Behind this move lies a much bigger story, one that could impact the price of PiCoins, shift investor sentiment, and accelerate Pi's journey toward becoming a fully recognized global cryptocurrency. In today's video, we'll break down exactly what this European breakthrough means, why it matters for every Pi pioneer, and how it could trigger a ripple effect across international markets. And stick around until the end, because I'll be sharing 3 game-changing predictions about what comes next for Pi Network. And trust me, but before we dive in, let's greet and welcome my incredible pioneers from around the world. Whether you're watching from Nigeria, Papua New Guinea, United States, India, Philippines, Canada, Kenya, or anywhere else on this beautiful planet, I'm absolutely thrilled to share this incredible news with you today. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you're always in the loop with the latest Pi Network updates. And don't forget to drop a comment saying, Pi Network to the moon, along with your country and flag. Let's fill the comments with pioneer pride and show the world how powerful and united our global community really is. Let me start with the biggest news that's sending shockwaves through the Pi community. For the first time ever, Pi Network has launched an official exchange-traded product, or ETP, on a European stock market. This isn't just any small exchange. We're talking about Sweden's regulated financial market, where traditional investors can now buy and sell Pi exposure just like they would buy Apple or Tesla stock. Think about what this means for a moment. Remember when Bitcoin was just a digital experiment that most people didn't understand? Remember when Ethereum was considered too risky for traditional investors? Well, Pi Network just took a massive leap forward by becoming available to mainstream European investors through regulated financial products. ETP is managed by Valor, a billion-dollar asset management company that specializes in cryptocurrency investment products. This isn't some small startup taking a gamble on Pi. This is a major financial institution putting their reputation behind Pi Network's potential. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but what does this actually mean for me as a Pi holder? Great question. Let me break this down in simple terms. First, this creates real price discovery for PiCoins. For years, Pi's value was mostly speculative because there weren't many places to trade it. Now, with institutional investors able to buy Pi exposure through traditional brokerage accounts, we're seeing genuine market demand from professional traders and investment firms. Second, this brings massive legitimacy to the Pi Network project. Think about it. Would a regulated European stock exchange and a billion-dollar asset manager risk their reputation on a project they didn't believe had real potential? This launch is essentially a vote of confidence from the traditional financial world. Third, this opens the door for millions of European investors who were previously unable or unwilling to navigate cryptocurrency exchanges. Now they can gain Pi exposure through their existing investment accounts, just like buying any other financial product. Here's where things get really interesting, and these numbers might surprise you. The current Pi ETP is trading at around 34 cents per coin equivalent. Now, I know some of you might be thinking that's lower than you expected, but let me put this in perspective. When Bitcoin launched its first regulated investment products, it was trading at much lower prices than where it is today. The same thing happened with Ethereum when it became available through institutional investment vehicles. The key point is that regulated investment products often become catalysts for significant price appreciation over time. More importantly, Pi Network just completed a major protocol upgrade from version 19 to version 23. This technical advancement shows that the development team is actively working to improve the network's capabilities and prepare for larger-scale adoption. But the story gets even better when you look at the bigger picture. This European launch is just the beginning of Pi Network's integration with traditional financial markets. Industry experts are already speculating about potential expansions to other European exchanges and even possible launches in Asia and North America. The Pi Network team has been building something unique, a mobile-first cryptocurrency that millions of people can mine using just their smartphones. This accessibility, combined with traditional financial market integration, creates a perfect storm for mainstream adoption. Think about your friends and family members who have been skeptical about cryptocurrency. How much easier will it be to explain Pi Network when you can tell them it's available through regulated investment products on major stock exchanges? Speaking of the community, this launch is already creating incredible excitement among Pi pioneers worldwide. Social media discussions about Pi Network have increased dramatically, and we're seeing renewed interest from people who had previously written off the project. The beauty of this development is that it benefits both new investors and existing Pi holders. New investors get regulated, secure access to Pi exposure, while existing holders benefit from increased liquidity and price discovery for their coins. What's particularly fascinating is how this European launch is changing the narrative around Pi Network. For years, critics questioned whether Pi would ever become a real cryptocurrency that could be traded on legitimate platforms. This ETP launch effectively answers those questions with concrete action rather than just promises. The Pi community has always been one of the most passionate and dedicated in the cryptocurrency space, with millions of people mining daily on their mobile devices. Now, these pioneers are seeing their patience and belief rewarded with real-world financial market recognition. Now, let me share those 3 predictions I mentioned earlier, because these could be absolute game changers for Pi Network. First prediction: within the next 12 months, we'll see Pi Network ETPs launch in at least 3 additional European countries. The success in Sweden is already attracting attention from other regulated markets, and Vala has the infrastructure to expand rapidly. Second prediction: this European success will attract the attention of major cryptocurrency exchanges that have been hesitant to list Pi. When Binance, Coinbase, or other major platforms see institutional demand through regulated products, they often reconsider their listing decisions. Third prediction: the combination of mobile accessibility and traditional finance integration will make Pi Network one of the most widely held cryptocurrencies among everyday people, not just crypto enthusiasts. If you're holding PiCoins or considering getting involved with Pi Network, this European launch represents a fundamental shift in how the project is perceived by the financial world. We're no longer talking about an experimental mobile mining app. We're talking about a cryptocurrency with regulated investment products backed by institutional asset managers. The pathway from mobile mining to mainstream adoption is becoming clearer, and Pi Network is positioning itself as a bridge between the traditional financial world and the future of decentralized digital currencies. This is particularly important when you consider the broader cryptocurrency market trends. While many cryptocurrencies focus solely on technical innovations or speculative trading, Pi Network has built something different, a sustainable ecosystem that combines technological innovation with real-world usability. The fact that European regulators approved this ETP launch means that Pi Network has passed rigorous compliance and security reviews. These regulatory bodies don't approve investment products lightly, especially for cryptocurrencies that don't have established track records on major exchanges. Let's also talk about what makes Pi Network technically special. Unlike Bitcoin, which requires massive energy consumption for mining, Pi allows users to mine using just their smartphones without draining battery life or consuming significant energy. This environmental advantage, combined with the project's focus on user-friendly mobile interfaces, creates a sustainable model for cryptocurrency adoption that doesn't require technical expertise or expensive hardware. The recent protocol upgrade also demonstrates that the Pi network development team is continuously improving the network's security, scalability, and functionality. One thing that really excites me about this European launch is what it signals for global expansion. Europe is often seen as a testing ground for financial innovations that later expand worldwide. If Pi network ETPs prove successful in Europe, we could see similar products launching in other major markets. Imagine Pi exposure being available through regulated investment products in Asia, North America, and other regions. This global accessibility could dramatically increase demand for PiCoins and create the kind of widespread adoption that the Pi network team has been working toward for years. What makes this even more interesting is the timing. The cryptocurrency market is experiencing a maturation phase where institutional adoption is becoming increasingly important. Pi network's mobile-first approach, combined with traditional finance integration, positions it perfectly for this new era of cryptocurrency adoption. Consider this. While other cryptocurrencies are struggling to find practical use cases that ordinary people can understand and use, Pi network has built an ecosystem that millions of people already engage with daily through their smartphones. The European launch also comes at a time when environmental concerns about cryptocurrency mining are at an all-time high. Pi network's energy-efficient mobile mining approach offers a sustainable alternative that regulators and environmental advocates can support. Let's talk about something that many Pi pioneers might not fully appreciate: what this launch means from an institutional investment perspective. When traditional asset managers like Valor decide to create investment products for a cryptocurrency, they conduct extensive due diligence. This includes evaluating the technology, the team, the community, the regulatory environment, and the long-term potential of the project. The fact that Valor chose to include Pi network alongside other established cryptocurrencies in their ETP offerings sends a powerful signal to the institutional investment community. Institutional investors often move in waves. Once one major institution validates an investment opportunity, others frequently follow. This European ETP launch could be the catalyst that attracts attention from pension funds, hedge funds, and other large-scale investors who have been waiting for regulated exposure to Pi network. Think about what happened when major institutions started buying Bitcoin through regulated investment vehicles. The price appreciation that followed was dramatic, and similar patterns often repeat when new cryptocurrencies gain institutional acceptance. The technology behind the success. Now, let's dive deeper into what makes Pi network technically impressive and why this might be attracting institutional attention. The network's consensus algorithm is designed to be both secure and accessible, allowing ordinary smartphone users to participate in network validation without requiring specialized hardware. This approach solves one of the biggest problems in cryptocurrency: the concentration of mining power among a small number of participants with expensive equipment. Pi network democratizes participation while maintaining security through its unique consensus mechanism. The recent protocol upgrade I mentioned earlier isn't just a routine update. It represents significant improvements in network efficiency, security features, and scalability. These technical enhancements demonstrate that the Pi network development team is serious about building long-term infrastructure that can support widespread adoption. If you're finding this information valuable and you're excited about Pi network's potential, please hit that like button right now. It really helps the YouTube algorithm show this video to other people who are interested in Pi network and cryptocurrency investing. And if you want to show your support for Pi network's global community, write in the comments "Pi network to the moon" along with your country name and flag emoji. Let's see how many different countries are represented in our Pi Pioneer community. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with some final thoughts about what this European launch really means for the future of cryptocurrency. We're witnessing the evolution of digital currencies from niche technological experiments to mainstream financial products. Pi Network's approach of combining mobile accessibility with traditional finance integration represents a blueprint that other cryptocurrency projects will likely follow. The fact that Pi achieved this milestone while maintaining its focus on user-friendly mobile mining shows that you don't need to choose between innovation and accessibility. For those of you who have been patiently mining Pi on your phones, this European launch validates your early participation in what could become one of the most widely adopted cryptocurrencies in the world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Pi Network's European launch and you want to stay updated on all the latest cryptocurrency developments, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. I'm constantly researching and analyzing the most important trends in the crypto world, and I share everything I discover with this amazing community. Also, if this video provided value to you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might be interested in Pi Network or cryptocurrency investing. Your support helps me continue creating detailed, research-based content about the projects and trends that matter most.